Dr. Drew. Loveline, coast to coast.
Oh, hey, it's Loveline, everybody. The show started at 10 for the last 250 years, yet it always has a way of sneaking up on me. Dr. Drew, board-certified internist, addiction medicine specialist, and the phone number is 1-800-LOVE-191. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back's the name of the movie we're talking about tonight. Kevin Smith is here, and Jennifer, and tell me if I mispronounced this, Schwalbach?
Perfect.
Wow. And you guys are married, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Husband and wife.
Yes.
In the studio to give it a nice plug. Kevin was nice enough to ask me to do a small part on this film, but I've heard I've been cut out since then.
Yes, unfortunately.
Oh, I'm just shocked.
You know,
Kevin,
and it's like it's certainly not by virtue of the fact that the performance wasn't any good. The performance was quite stellar.
no, please. If it was just stood out too much,
No,
it stood out in bold relief.
Well, you would have thought the picture was called Jay and Adam Carolla.
Yeah, I would
back
think.
after
Well,
that scene was
to listen to Adam every night, I would think his skill would be extraordinary.
You know what? It was. Unfortunately, he was in one of those scenes that when the movie's running long, just kind of hits the floor. But, you know, DVD, it's all you, dude.
Oh,
I
yeah.
told him. I
Seen
said
on DVD.
I said in the director's cut he'd be on there.
That's right.
Will I actually make it into the DVD?
Oh God, yeah. You'll be the
Oh.
stellar scene because it's
Oh,
the
is-
sequence, the one like end to end sequence that was kind of cut. Everything else is a bunch of trims within scenes, but that thing can just kind kind of go.
Oh,
it was poor writing.
That's
is what it
great.
was.
That's great.
Wasn't you?
No, listen.
Not really.
Never you. Adam.
I don't mind. You know, this DVD format is now sort of the crash cart for people who get cut. We can bring them back to life.
Right.
Whereas before you're just on a scrap heap. Now even cooler. You're the talent that got cut in a movie.
It's like Cocoon, dude. You won't grow any older and you'll never die.
Yeah.
Right.
Now when does the DVD come out?
I'm like Wilford Brimley in that equation. Hopefully the DVD won't come out for eons because the movie will just play for about 2 years straight,
Yeah.
theatrically.
We don't want to spoil the vibe of the film by
Yeah, I mean,
people
already
seeing
you're
your
talking about
sequence.
the video release, please, dude.
Right. you're
Theatrical,
right.
August 24th, heavens.
I was being selfish. You're right. You know, you guys were nice enough to send me a jacket.
Yes.
And
Which I hear you pimped on the show one day with the Blink 182 guys.
I was wearing the jacket. Well, you know, as Drew knows, I have momentum with apparel.
Right.
Meaning certain shirts, certain shoes,
I'm
certain
on the
jacket.
same page with you,
They
man.
come out of the closet and they stay there, and I don't even know how they get back in, but I will wear them day in and day out. Becomes a uniform.
For a
or-
month.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I've not taken this off in about 2 years.
Right, I was
Seriously.
wearing this jacket day in and day out and got more feedback on it. People stopped me, and by then, you know, I was boasting that I was in the movie until I was
did you
wearing
know.
wearing the jacket one day, and some grip or some guy at the Man Show came up to me and broke my heart.
You sure look cool now.
Yeah, well, now I'd like the DVD patch underneath the Jay and Silent
Absolutely.
Bob.
We'll give you the addendum patch that you put under the logo of the movie
Right.
that says "See Me" on DVD.
Well, the point I was getting to, with, which is a compliment, which is just a ton of feedback on
Right.
this jacket, and of course the film, and people seem to be like waiting for it to come out.
It wasn't just the
That'd be
style
nice.
of jacket.
It was a
Yeah.
handsome jacket.
It was actually a kind of pimp
Stylish.
coat. It
But
was nice.
I wear jackets and shirts and hats with junk on it all the time, and
Yeah.
nobody says anything. And this thing didn't have big letters
Just on
that
the
were
shoulders.
just a little. Well, you
Yeah.
know the jacket,
I saw it,
Drew.
yeah.
Little
I
patch,
lived with it for a while.
She was like, "Oh, I know that jacket."
tasteful patch on the shoulder,
Yes.
and I got a ton of feedback from it.
Isn't
So-
that weird? Like, you figure you've accomplished a lot in life. People come up to you, talk about your stuff, and then they come up to you like, "Nice jacket. I like those guys."
Where'd you get that? And when's the movie coming out?
You're like,
And
"I don't know. You know what? I don't know, and I don't care."
that was me. Yeah. But now I really don't care. Before I was just being cool.
Right.
Now I mean it when I say
Right, right.
that.
Now you're like, "The hell with the jacket."
But were people waiting on this film? I mean, was it around the internet or something?
I think there are about 12 people out there really waiting for it, and you just bumped into all 12 of them.
Yeah, I may, and their brother. So no, I mean, was this something that you were planning on for a while?
No, I mean, it's just we've made 4 movies before, and they all have attained a sort of cult status, and those characters have been in every movie we've done. So when we announced that the 5th one was going to be those guys up front and center, Jay and Silent Bob,
Right.
suddenly, you know, people were like, "Yes, the best part of everything you've done, front and center," which is kind of a backhanded compliment,
Right.
Because you like to think you've made some movies with depth, and people are like, "Great movies, want to get stoned, love Jay and Silent Bob," that kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. I know. As my grandfather wrote movies and TV, and he got nominated for Academy Award and all that good stuff. But he wrote a movie called The Mole People back in like 1956, and that's all anyone ever wants to talk to him about. Just geeks wanting him to sign Mole People posters.
Right.
He hates it, but I think much like I don't know, Bob Denver's come to grips with the Gilligan character. I think eventually you embrace it.
Yeah, I think like even Nimoy. First he wrote the book "I Am Not Spock," and then years later he wrote, "You know what? I am Spock." So I've never had that Nimoy relationship with the character where I'm like, "I am not Silent Bob." I'll take it.
This movie has a zillion cameos and a lot of big names in it. And it seems like a cool film that people wanted to do. Was that what you found?
Yeah. I mean, you did it, right? We called you, and you were like, "I'm there."
Yeah, it was great. My agent was like, "Listen, no money, great exposure." Now, one of those equations has been yanked out.
No money, no exposure.
What you didn't hear was he said great DVD exposure.
That's right.
But yeah, there was great cameos in the flick, and most of the people we'd worked with before, like Jason Mewes, who plays Jay,
right?
Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Chris Rock, Jason Lee, George Carlin. We'd worked with those guys in previous flicks in varying degrees.
But it's a real nice compliment that they hear you're doing a film and they say, "Oh yeah, absolutely."
I tend to call in a lot of favors. You know, I was me and my producer Scott Mosier were executive producers on Good Will Hunting.
Mm-hmm.
We got that into Miramax, and it got made and kind of made Ben and Matt. So anytime I make a movie, I just remind them of that very gently, very subtly.
They're glad to do it.
That's what they say to you, honey. But to me, nothing. To me, it's just like, when will you let us free of this debt?
Yeah,
No.
How many of your flaming turds do we have to be involved with before you can let us finally
now you
rest?
sound exactly like Affleck. I'll have a place for you in the next picture.
All right. Well, I think Kevin came on the show years ago.
Yes.
A good 4 years
Chasing
ago.
Amy, yeah.
And I made him promise to put me in one of his films.
And I did do it.
Doggone it, he tried.
Yeah. I succeeded. It just,
Filming the camera or not, the point is I was called out to the set.
Basically, it was an elaborate charade. I was just like, folks, I have a debt that I owe Adam Carolla that I mentioned once in a radio show many years ago.
Let's
just
get it
pretend
over with.
we're shooting, okay?
That's right. But don't worry, Ben Affleck is coming by to pay the fiddler later. So what comes around goes around, kiddies. Mark?
Yes.
You're 23.
That's correct.
What's up?
Well, I had a couple exciting experiences, but they were also humiliating at the same time. I'm wondering if maybe I got like some kind of a masochistic tendency.
Well, tell us what they were.
Okay, I'm working in a restaurant, and this very, very attractive woman, I work with, she's, a few years younger than me, but kind of like a very hard-nosed, bitchy woman. But I did like her.
We're all turned on already.
Yeah, sounds like a delight. Yeah?
So I asked her out.
Mm-hmm.
She kept saying no. And then one evening we were closing up, just a few weeks back, and she says, "So I know you really want me." I go, "Yeah, I do." She says, "Well, you're going to do stuff, but what I want."
Right.
She says, "Get down on your knees and suck my ass."
No, she did not.
She did.
No, I don't believe you.
Sorry.
Really? How old was she?
She's 19, 20, around there.
Really? Was she a waitress there?
Yes.
Okay. All right, I'm with you. So now you're down on your knees.
And I...
she's down on her knees?
No. She's bent over on a counter, and I'm down on my knees.
Right.
And I, basically gave her a rim job.
Right.
And it was incredibly exciting.
Yeah.
But it was also kind of humiliating at the same time.
Right.
I mean, I did orgasm, but the only thing it was a rim job.
You orgasmed off a rim job?
Giving it to her, yes.
Wow. That's a ninja-like concentration.
I know the punchline to the story is going to be, and that woman was Kevin
Mason
Smith.
jar. No, it's going to.
I'm thinking.
Like a mason jar.
I'm thinking he's going to work in the salad bar and maybe some ranch dressing at a certain point in the story.
Mason jar.
What kind of table was she leaning over? Just out of curiosity, Chippendale, something like that.
No, just a run-of-the-mill table in a restaurant.
All right. So why do you call us?
Well, because I just
to brag, of course.
He's from New Jersey, by the way.
Awesome.
So
I knew I recognized that voice.
Yes. Mark, why are you calling us?
Well, it just seems like kind of bizarre. I'm wondering if this is like...
Yes, it seems kind of bizarre. We would agree.
Mark,
Yeah.
Let me say this. From this day forward, anything that you deem bizarre is bizarre. You don't have to bother calling the show anymore. Any more bizarre encounters and rim jobs and spontaneous orgasms because your tongue is halfway up someone's ass, consider that bizarre and be comfortable with that. All right?
Count your lucky stars, too,
All right.
heavens.
And what else are you going to do? Do you have any further plans with this girl?
Well, I mean, I suspect we're going to have some more encounters.
Right.
Okay.
Is that like dating?
No, we don't date.
No, I
Just
see.
to have encounters in restaurants.
Right. All right, Mark. Enjoy your life.
Thank you.
And remember, you wash your tongue after handling ass. Right? Isn't there a sign somewhere in the back that warns people
for
to wash?
workers, yeah.
It's right above the sneeze guard.
Lavalos lingua.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We didn't ask
people
him.
around in the restaurant?
No, this
No,
is later.
he said it's after
After
closing.
hours?
It's
Okay.
closing.
Yeah. All right.
Those bus boys, they get all the ass.
Yeah, really.
Jen,
Yes.
29. What's up?
Actually, I wanted to find out how effective condoms are against STDs. I had seen a show carried on a network saying that they weren't, and
They're very effective.
I have a 10-year-old son, and soon enough he will be getting sex ed in school.
They're very effective. There is first of all, this is a very complex issue, and you almost have to be a scientist to understand what's being bantered about here. They went ahead and did a large-scale study where they tried to scientifically prove the effectiveness of condoms against multiple sexually transmitted diseases, and they didn't have sufficient data to prove it. They didn't prove it didn't work. They just didn't have sufficient data to prove it did, except for hepatitis and HIV for males. It protected males for sure against those two illnesses. As a matter of fact, in clinical, anyone who practices medicine will tell you it is a very fine barrier. CDC, Institute for Medicine, National Institute of Health, everyone else believes it is a very effective barrier against pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases.
How does that? How do you test for that?
I didn't know the.
I mean, are you having sex with AIDS-infected people?
Yeah, some people are doing that.
Really?
Yeah, people are doing that.
Wow.
And
I mean, they give them to their partners or something, right?
Yeah. But
Okay.
but Adam, here's the group that's saying
Not just
condom-
college students sodomizing AIDS victims, right?
That'd be a tough ethical study to pull off.
Hey,
But
$50 is $50.
yeah, I know you participate and all, but guess who the people are that are trying to prove condoms don't work?
I will say the right to life.
Oh, shocking. Remember, she was in here spouting that stuff out, remember?
Right. Not that interested in the truth, more interested in talking about why people shouldn't have sex, and it's
Right.
mainly because they never get laid. Do you ever see these women? They look like Jane Hathaway from the Beverly Hillbillies. It's like here's really what they should be saying. They're always talking about Jesus, and they're talking about contraception, they're talking about right to life, but it's like, look, I'm not getting laid, so the world should stop screwing.
Right. Fair enough.
Yeah. Hey, I'd be all right if they just came out and said it that way.
I know. It'd be a lot easier to swallow.
Yeah, there's
No
nothing.
pun intended.
Yeah, speaking of that is a way it can be transmitted. All right, so condoms good.
Condoms good.
Okay.
Shock. This just in.
Swallow bad.
Condoms very
Condom
good.
good. Rim job bad. Where are we so far? I gotta keep it
rim
tally.
job,
Making
dubious.
progress.
But I've had to do a lot of public speaking about this condom thing because it inflamed this controversy built on just an incomplete study, basically.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Oh, it's been ridiculous.
You would think like condoms were just introduced into the mainstream.
You
or
would
something.
think that it was some sort of nefarious behavior, some nefarious technique people were using that had questionable utility. No.
Why is it that this study wasn't conducted a long time ago?
It's a hard
Or
study.
has it been?
It's been done. It was a big study to try to prove a few things, and it was inconclusive. It was carried out by a government agency. So,
All right, Wendy,
Hello?
you're 17.
Yeah.
What's up?
I actually have two questions.
All right.
One is that I want to go to like a cheap Asian place to go get my bikini line waxed,
Right.
and I was wondering if it was actually going to be safe, if I could actually get any type of STDs or something. If
From
they don't
a-
like clean the tweezers, or if they, if it's just
what are they
unsafe.
using besides wax when they do these things?
Huh?
I don't know, but this
Throw
whole
it to the girl in the room has been waxed.
Right.
It's been
Generally don't
waxed.
use tweezers.
Yeah.
I I'm hoping that the wax, it must get to a really high temperature before they actually apply it.
And then,
so
but then
that
they
must
rip
kill a
and
certain
throw it all
height.
away,
They
right?
smear it on, they
You're
rip it off.
acting like
It
you've
sounds-
never done it. You're like, I
oh,
believe
no, I
it
do.
gets
I know.
hot.
I'm like, well, I think.
You've got a
No, I
Brazilian.
mean, there aren't really
Testify.
tweezers or other instruments used besides
There's
the
no
wax and the-
instrumentation, yeah.
No.
Wendy?
Oh, okay, so there's no possible way then?
Yeah, well, here's what. There's something that's curious about this. I don't think most guys know this, but this is the nails, the cuticles, the pedicures, the manicures, the waxing, the bikini stuff. It's exclusively the domain of these Asian women.
Right.
Yeah.
That's part
Right?
of,
Yeah.
Exclusively.
And that's part of what's confusing me is cheap Asian place where they do
Well,
this.
I mean, if I go to a white place, it's going to be like 2 or 3 times more, you know?
we didn't
At
know
least.
we didn't know non-Asians did this.
You really
No, I
white.
do.
The place
white-
I'm going to go to, they specialize in nails. They don't even do hair or anything. They just do nails and waxing.
Funny, white guys always charge double or triple for everything. Everything. Want your lawn
No,
mowed?
that's white males.
You want your bikini
Adam,
waxed?
white males.
White males are like,
males.
that's going to run
That's
you.
going to cost you triple.
How much are, what's the Mexicans and chicks? What do they call it? What are they charging? How much, what do you say for the lawn? Triple. You get the
My
satisfaction.
time is valuable. I am white.
You get the peace of mind of knowing that a white guy mowed your lawn and that a white chick worked on your bikini line.
I find it weird that the waxing and the nails go hand in hand.
Yes.
I mean, that's,
with you on that.
That's bizarre.
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be
Who
something
decided
else
that?
like
Yeah.
proctology, gynecology, and waxing? Why
Right.
nails?
It's
hair,
the same
and
place. Yeah. Is
Very
it
bizarre.
done
Yeah.
at the same
Oh,
place?
yeah.
Yeah, they have like a little back room, and you go in there, and then they do their thing on you.
Yeah.
waxing. Legs in the air, yes.
I'd like to hang
Oh,
out.
yeah.
You think
It's
that,
brutal.
did they let you audit those? I mean, like, could I just hang out like it was an acting class?
You know,
I'm
I
gonna
did.
take it in, like,
I did an MTV show that's going to air in a couple weeks called Flipped, where this couple was flipped. The guy became a girl and the girl became a guy, and they had a makeup artist come in. And these people, I mean, they were changed, and he had to go through all the beauty stuff and had all the hair ripped off and everything.
He got waxed?
Yeah,
Butt wax?
He had multiple, butt, groin, everything. He said
Really?
it was eyebrow. He said it was unbelievable. He
Excruciating.
just crying, sobbing,
Let me,
little baby.
Yeah.
Madame Tussauds does not have enough wax to get the hair from my ass area. I guarantee you that. They'd be like calling a flatbed truck. Back up the wax mobile. I don't understand it. We had 6 months worth of wax in this. All right, Wendy, you can go there and tip the ladies, would you?
Yeah, but I have one more quick question.
Yeah.
Okay, Dr. Drew signed my Dr. Drew and Adam book last summer at
Right.
the BFD, and I was just wondering if you guys are going to have like another book, like a volume 2 or something.
No, but just buy that one again.
I'm working on a book. I'm working.
Drew
on a book.
is.
I'm working on a book. It's going to be
Okay,
good.
cool.
It's going to be good.
It's called Boring is Good.
No. This is
Look
going to be very interesting.
All right, Wendy.
Okay.
All right, enjoy that.
I feel like we're in the 1950s, man. One of the first questions is, do condoms work? And
No,
the
I-
other one is, what about this waxing I hear so much about?
This newfangled wax material that was just discovered. And I hear stories. There's this place called like Pinky Cheeks or something that's around here. It's on Ventura or something. And I hear these stories is where all the playmates go to and everything, where women are like on their back with their knees
Oh,
behind
yeah.
their ears,
Yeah.
and the woman's like stuffing stuff up the crack.
Oh, yeah.
Describe. How does it go? You've been there.
Well, yeah, be more
he's-
vivid than what just Adam just said.
No,
Please.
that is a
go ahead.
perfect
Go ahead.
picture of
Describe
what is
it.
going on.
Knees in
Yes.
the ears,
The
stuffing
legs
stuff.
over the head.
I think you did audit one of these ones because you
Yes.
know a little bit too much.
I've heard stories, yeah.
I think this new film
Really, and
germinating here.
and it's sort of like, look, I know this is going to sound horrible.
It would
but
be an excellent film. It's a fish out of water tale. You and a bunch of Asian chicks. You somehow
And a lot of hair.
through some court order, you have to wind up doing waxing, kind of get in touch with your feminine side. Your
Right.
ex-girlfriend comes back to you.
Or
A
you beat a woman or something, and this is your punishment.
Right,
Yeah,
and
and then you come to realize that
Here's the twist, though.
Nothing.
I'm a total pee hound, but after seeing this for 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, I grow tired of a woman's genitalia, and I never want to see it again.
I'm sorry. You can say rim job on the show. You can't say pee.
I don't know if I can say. Are we allowed to say that
Yeah,
word?
you can.
Pussy hound?
Yeah.
We can?
Yeah.
Really?
All right.
Oh, my God.
Are we allowed to
Classy.
say that, Ann?
Yeah.
I think Ann's...
Yeah,
Okay, fine.
you can't say piss.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
They just
So,
beeped half the show.
Here's my theory about this, and I know it's one of my many racist theories, but I think women like the fact that they're sort of little Asian women who speak broken English because it's sort of half person, half sort of alien. You know what I mean? Like, they don't really
know
count.
about
Who are they going to
that.
talk to? They're going to run into one of your friends at a party. You don't run in that circle. You'll never see him again. That's what I'm saying.
That's true, but like
Not
getting
that
a
they should
bikini
be
wax,
killed or
getting
anything.
bikini wax, it takes like maybe half an hour. Okay.
Right.
You are talking so much to this woman about anything, your deepest, darkest secrets, because it hurts so badly and your legs are in the air,
Right.
that this woman knows more about me than my husband does,
Right.
because you are just trying to kill the time.
Well, that's refreshing.
I'm just kidding, maybe that was an exaggeration.
I'm going to
but,
go hook up with the waxer.
but no, you do kind of like I've been going to the same woman to get waxed for like 10 years.
Is she Asian?
No, she's Romanian.
Oh, really? They're
Just
mean.
blew the curve right there.
They're mean,
Again,
yeah. She's like a gymnastics coach where she like yells, "You hold still.
Yeah.
Just mustache.
Yes.
Wax hot, yes?
She's like,
yes.
oh, my husband doesn't understand me. She's like, shut up. Put her legs up.
Good.
Burn.
At least you'll have husband. You bite on spoon, I pull wax. Here, go.
No, I hold a towel like this
Really?
and twist it, yeah.
I once
It's
waxed
amazing.
Ceausescu's mustache.
But you know what? I love it. That's the sick thing, is that I love it. I love to get bikini waxed.
Yeah, really. It's a certain like endorphin rush with the pain
And you
pleasure
feel
sort
like,
of thing.
and you're like 10 pounds lighter.
Oh, that's nice.
Aerodynamic. Move through the air without that drag. See?
James,
No, it's a good
Hey,
thing.
how you doing?
you're 23.
Yes, I am.
What's up?
I wanted to ask Kevin a question. I didn't have a chance to. I actually met him about a month and a half ago in
All right,
LA.
hold on one second. Yeah. Hold
What?
on one second. We got to go to break.
Really?
Yeah, I got
We gotta make a phone call?
I got an emergency call, yeah.
You can't go a minute and a half, Drew. You know this part of the argument is going to take at least the time that the call
I know,
would
but
have
it is
taken.
actually time for us to leave. Look at the clock, and we'll come
What do you
right back,
got?
and,
What do
and
you
he'll
got?
get it. James will get an emergency.
This
James,
is very uncomfortable.
I know, but I know it's not
these
going
guys
to be
are
a
gonna
real
start slapping
emergency.
each other very
James
soon.
will get his chance to talk to Kevin.
All right, we'll be back. Hey, it's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. No? A little microphone problem there. Kevin Smith and Jennifer Schwalbach are both here. They are a married couple. Don't let the names confuse you. Both in the movie Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which is coming out on August 24th. That's a week from this Friday. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. And Kevin wrote it. And what the hell else?
Oh, you guys aren't on Friday, right?
No.
No.
There you go.
So we can
when-
come to the premiere then, see?
Yeah, by all means.
The premiere won't be on Friday, though.
The premiere's actually tomorrow, but you're welcome to come to that as well.
Thank you.
I don't say thanks, but no
Good one,
thanks.
Ken.
Nice save.
Nice save, Kevin.
Yeah, see you at the premiere and on the DVD. But
Oh, but you're on the radio. Shoot.
is there? We do get invited to premieres from time to time, but there's never one on a Friday or
No,
Saturday.
because I mean,
Is there a rule?
presumably the movie opens on a Friday, so
Right.
why have the party? You want people going to pay to see the movie. I personally am not a big premiere fan. Like, I'd much rather not be having a premiere tomorrow, because you're giving away what, 700 free seats?
Right, that's BS.
F that. Yeah, no way.
Yeah, smart.
To people that like can afford to buy a ticket too.
That's right.
You know, give the tickets away to the people who can afford to buy it, and the poor schmoes who have to work for a living have to buy, $8-9 ticket.
Right, and then
The
they
conundrum, the eternal conundrum.
Yes.
Oh, they leave early. They try to catch you at the party.
We had the last premiere we had for Dogma. Michael Keaton was there, and I was kind of jazzed by that because he was Batman. And at one point, like I'm saying, I've seen the movie. I'm not going to sit through it again.
Right.
And he spent half the movie out in the lobby on his cell phone. I was like, very classy Batman. Is that Commissioner Gordon calling you? Must you be on your way? Is the signal in the sky?
Oh, well, he's you've cursed him with his career, by the way. I mean, his career's just falling apart, hasn't it?
No, he'll work forever.
He's a great actor, too, you think?
Yeah, he's a very good actor.
Yeah.
Please, he hates the man. Don't talk.
I love
No,
Michael
he
Keaton.
doesn't.
No, I love Michael Keaton. I was crestfallen that he talked on the phone through most of my premiere, but I got over it.
Yeah, well,
Clearly.
I like.
I said, I'll show you, Michael Keaton. One day I'll put Adam Carolla in a movie.
And then cut him out.
No, half of my
Michael
stuff
was-
got cut out.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. And
She's
the
just
good
saying
stuff,
that,
too.
make it
No,
go
it's
down
true.
smooth for you.
It's very true.
That leaves the other half, though, right?
All right.
Right. See, it's different between 50% and 150%.
And
Yes.
0%.
All right.
Kevin told me during the break that he'd actually cut so much stuff of mine out of the movie that if I appear in the next movie, that's going to have to be cut too, because it was part of the cutting process.
We kept cutting. We ran out of stuff of yours to cut. We were like, well,
Looking
mental
for
note,
more.
cut more of his stuff
in the next,
when we use him in the next
film,
picture.
But in the third, if in fact there is a
We
third,
would have caught up by then.
right. All right, James.
Hi.
23.
Yes, I am.
You have a question for Kevin?
Yeah, I was actually down at a signing that he did about a month and a half ago.
At Dave's Laser Place?
Yes.
Yes.
And we were actually, my girlfriend and I were the couple that they told you spent the night on the roof.
That's right.
Yeah, we were...
Is this going to be a weird sex story? Because Dr. Drew's here. He'll advise.
We just had to come down and meet you for the first time. We're huge, absolutely huge fans.
Thank you. That was an excellent signing.
Yeah.
Big old line down Ventura around the block. Very, very cool.
But
I understand you guys slept in the car on the roof and were not even first in line.
Yeah.
Like you overslept.
I overslept a little bit. We were hungry, got to get something to eat.
Right.
We came back and there was like 3 people there, so we were...
It's only 3. That's not
Yeah,
bad.
we weren't bummed that there was like 300 there, so...
All right.
But then afterwards. But the reason why I'm like a huge fan is I know Chasing Amy was like a big movie for you, not only just making it, but as far as the story. But I know it sounds really weird, but that's the reason why I got the Laserdisc signed, is because that is actually a true story for me. I know listening to the commentary, you're like, yeah, all the guys are going to go out and like try to get laid by lesbians, but that actually happened to me. I actually asked a girl out that was gay to go see Chasing Amy, and from there we had like a 3-year relationship.
Get out of here. You converted her?
No. Well, not really converted her, because, 3 years later when we broke up, she was back to, but...
Did you try to bring girls into your relationship over the course of 3 years?
No, not at all. It was just one of those things where it was like when we were sitting there watching the movie and Joey Adams was explaining to Ben, like, why she fell in love with him and why she was with him.
Right.
She just turned and looked at me and was like, that explains it all, and you don't really have to ask any more questions. And from that moment on, I never did question it, because beforehand it was just like, we would look at each other and say, why is this happening? Why are we together? And
I don't remember what she says now. What was the line?
I could escape.
Yeah.
No, she talks about why you're talking about why she was. I totally zoned out because I was looking
Ben
at
asked her,
Adam
why
and Drew are just
why
like,
now?
wrap it up, kid. We got to talk about Nookie.
Hey, James.
Yeah.
I'm glad you got sex off a lesbian, all right? All right, God bless. It's tough. Here's the tough part. It's got to be tough in your career. It's tough in ours, too. We don't have as many fans as you do, but the more... energetic a fan is, the crazier they are. So you're profoundly flattered that they went to great lengths, sleeping in their car. For us, it's bus rides from God knows where. But you realize only an insane person would do that,
baffled.
and that's who you're dealing with.
See,
at this point.
I don't process it that way.
Oh, I do.
Like she's always talking about, like, I don't understand why people want your signature. She maintains, Jen, my wife, maintains that she would never want anyone's signature. And I cop to actually having 2 autographs myself. Hal Hartley and Michael Keaton. I got him to sign it while I was on the phone during my premiere.
Signed his cell battery.
No, there was a director named Hal Hartley. I had him sign a Laserdisc for a movie he did called Trust, which I liked a lot before I got into filmmaking myself. And Richard Linklater, the guy that did Slacker, Dazed and Confused, he signed my Dazed and Confused CD.
I love Dazed and Confused, by the way.
Utterly watchable movie.
I really, really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah.
And my only problem with it is there's a guy by the name of Sasha Jensen, who I went to high school with, who played a high schooler in that movie. And I was like sitting there like, no way, Sasha, no way. I graduated the dude in 82.
Right.
He can't be in high school.
He passed.
Last time I saw him was high school. He can't be back in high school.
They all looked about 30 to me in that movie. But most movies, like, look at Grease, for heaven's sakes.
Yeah.
John Travolta, Olivia Newton-John, high school, I don't buy it. And then I got into high school, I'm like, how come nobody looks like they did in Grease? We all look like kids.
Right. Yeah, it looks like Newsies. Karen? You're 21?
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I've been married for 1.5 years. My husband's 20. And we have sex, but it's like it doesn't do anything for me, just regular sex.
Right.
And I feel really bad because it kind of makes me not want to.
Well, what do you mean just regular sex? What kind does do something for
like
you?
Like vaginal sex.
What is it? What does do something for you? You imply there's something that does work
I like
for you.
oral sex.
Right.
And he doesn't do that for you?
Sometimes, but he doesn't really like it. So,
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I don't really have this big sex drive.
Right.
Are you on a medication?
No, just birth control.
Did that change your sex drive?
I don't think so.
It can.
Yeah, I don't think it did though.
She prefers oral sex. A lot of women are that way.
Did you guys have a sexual connection before you got married? Or have you ever had one with him?
Well, we dated for a long time before, and like we made out and stuff.
But you didn't have anything really.
I never was like really needed it.
And never with anybody else either?
How
long you been married?
Like a year and a half.
Any kids?
What's that?
Any kids?
No.
Get out. Find that man who'll do what you need. Get out.
But I don't know if she knows what she needs, or she's what, 21, and a lot of the women we talk to at 21 just have not hit their stride yet sexually. Now maybe it takes a guy to get them on that stride. But Karen sounds sort of like a young 21 and sort of naive, and maybe like she's not really too into it at this stage of the game.
But she knows she's into oral sex.
Right.
Do you love your husband?
Yeah, oh yeah.
So you're committed to the relationship?
Oh yeah, we're very intimate. Like, I guess the way that I feel intimate is just by talking.
All right,
and, like,
that's
hugging
right.
and stuff.
I understand. But then that's sort of how women do experience that. Men don't necessarily experience that. But one thing that men can do easily is just listen to you and do what you ask of him. It's simple enough. Why don't you tell him what you want him to do?
But it's not even that. I mean, it's like, it doesn't really make a difference whether or not I orgasm to me.
Yeah, but you enjoy the oral sex.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell him that? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, try that. I know women...
There's something missing in your connection with your husband. That's all I can tell you. I don't know what it is, or if it is just a particular communication problem, but there's something missing here.
Women also, I think, don't like telling guys what they want.
Yeah, it's like it spoils it. They're supposed to magically know.
And it should be magic.
Yeah.
And also, some of them, like, we'll talk to women who've been married for 15 years. They love oral sex. Their husband doesn't do it, and they're angry at the guy. And they should be, because the guy should be doing it. But on the other hand, you've not been telling him for 15 years what you want, and each year you're getting more and more angry. Whereas men, we understand... being told what to do, and we like to tell what to do. That's why, like with hookers, it's like, okay, how much for a BJ? $50. Okay, sex, that's $100.
I'm still flabbergasted. You can say rim job, but you have to say BJ. I don't understand the show at all.
You're right. I don't have to say it. I can say blow job.
Talk to your friend George Carlin. He invented the 7 words you can't say, and that's it. We still have to apply.
Still working by that standard?
That's it.
Heavens.
Karen, call her Karen. Talk to him. Just tell him you enjoy that.
Well, I think he knows it.
No, don't assume anything.
When you assume, you make an A.
When I tell you what I want, right?
Yes, I've been married for 2 years and change.
You heard the last guy. The woman says, "Get down here and put your tongue someplace," and he has an orgasm.
Yeah.
Okay, guys,
in
like
a restaurant, no less.
And Karen, you're going to get angry at the guy especially if you think he knows you like it and he's not doing it anyway.
Well, it's not that he avoids it. It's just, I don't know, it's not that important to me, I guess.
Well, it is. That's why you're calling the show, though.
Listen, there may be something more substantial going on here, but there's an obvious place to start. Just do that. Make sure he does that every time.
And
pays attention and see if that kindles a connection of some type. But he may not be paying attention to you. He may not be giving you your emotional needs, getting your emotional needs met the way you need, and that's a different issue.
I'll do it every time. That's my style. And sometimes I'll even do it twice so I don't have to do it the next time.
Right. Get a jump.
Yeah, log some.
This is, again, his 110% commitment.
Right.
Wait a minute. What number? I lost count. What number lick are we up to, honey? All right, 100 equals one time.
1, 2, that's it.
It's the Tootsie Pop.
Get Mr. Owl to go down on you. Kyle?
Yeah?
You're 13?
Yeah.
What's up?
My pubic hair has been smelling really bad lately, and I was wanting to know what's up with that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you actually smell your pubic hair?
No, it's that strong.
I mean, it emanates. It comes up.
Huh?
It smells like when your mom has...
Speaking of mom...
somebody
just walk in there,
honey buns in the oven or something, right? Kyle?
Yeah.
Did your mom walk in on you?
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so we'll speak in code.
Okay.
All right.
You're going to say your pee is smelly.
Right. This is puberty.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. You start smelling.
You start having to learn how to manage that.
Right.
And you got to... It's bacteria that cause that smell. Those bacteria don't like soap. They don't like...
Oh, I take showers all the time.
And they don't like dry.
Gets all defensive. Hey, I shower.
Don't let it get.
What's up?
Don't let it get moist down there. Keep it real dry.
All right. Okay. Dump some talc down there. That's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do you have any skin lesions or anything down there? Any little zits or
He's
anything?
going to yell he has herpes. In front
No.
of his mom.
Nothing like that. All right.
You know, it's weird. You know when you're doing that code thing in front of your parents, even the word no sounds strange.
Yeah, you're like, no.
No. It's like you can't just go, like if you're having a normal conversation and your mom was in the room,
Right.
and your friend said, did you make it out to the ball game last week? You go, no. But now it's real strained.
And he just knows. Mom's sitting there going,
no.
Kyle, who are you speaking to at this hour of the night about taking frequent showers? What is that all about?
Drew, what kind of plan is it? What kind of plan did God have to make us essentially hairless and smellless all the time we were not able to have sex?
Right.
And as soon as the sexuality comes in, we cover ourselves with hair and stench. What kind of plan is that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Yeah.
Shouldn't it be hairy and smelly from like 0 to 14?
You don't care.
And then have the hair start falling out and the funk start going away so we can have some good, clean, hairless, funkless sex.
I guess we may have lost the appreciation of the funk-filled sex as we've evolved as a civilized human.
Right. There was a time when people probably appreciated that.
And marked,
I believe it's called.
and
the
marked each
natural
other with
scent
it
of the
too.
human body.
Really?
And it does arouse theoretically. I mean, that's what that part of the brain gets affected by it.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, see, I'm past that. I'm too evolved. That's my problem.
I often refer to you as too evolved, Adam. Yes.
Yes, you're using your reptilian brain,
That's
man.
right. That's right. I'm passionate.
All right, we will take ourselves a little break. Jennifer and Kevin are both here from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Out not this Friday.
A week from this Friday.
A week from this Friday, and we'll be right back. Hey, everybody. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Jennifer Schwalbach, and Kevin Smith are both here from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which is out a week from this Friday on the 24th. It has tons and tons of funny people in it. Drew's just broken his microphone. All right. You'll be fine, Drew. And I don't know. I haven't heard any press on it or anything, but the commercials look funny and a lot of buzz, like I said, based on wearing the jacket.
Yes.
Living that
So
life.
far, very, very nice. We got a really great review in premiere. That was kind of cool.
That's great.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then most of the other reviews, I guess, break fairly soon. But we had a junket like a month ago, and the press there really seemed to dig it.
Oh, good.
Which I was taken aback by, because I really thought this would be the one they'd turn on us with.
Why?
Because it's not. There's no depth to it whatsoever. It's just a comedy for the sake of being a comedy. And after the last two movies, after Chasing Amy and Dogma, the critics say things about it like, he's living up to the promise he showed with Clerks. And then suddenly we make a movie that is a quantum leap backwards and is more like the second movie we made, which nobody liked, Mallrats. Well, some people like the critics.
I like
didn't
Mallrats. I saw Mallrats in the theater.
Did you? You and
Yeah.
like two other people.
Yeah, saw it at the Eagle Rock Mall with a guy named Gary Valvo.
The F we doing over there?
I was teaching boxing for a living out in Pasadena.
Was it that long ago, that film?
Yeah,
95.
Wow.
Yeah, 95, yeah.
6 years back.
And this guy was a pilot for Delta, and he didn't have anything going, and I was done teaching my class, so it was, let's go see
Is he an
Mallrats.
African-American guy?
No.
I thought we...
Valvo?
Yeah.
No, he's a little Italian guy. Don't let black guys fly planes, Drew. You know that. Come on. All right, let's talk to Francis, who's 15. Francis?
What's up?
What's up?
What's up, Adam, Drew, Jennifer, and Kevin?
Hello.
That's pretty good.
I know. I feel included.
Kevin?
Yes?
What was your favorite movie to make? All of them?
Favorite movie to make? I think, actually, I'm just going to sound like I'm just pimping the new movie, but it was the recent movie, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. A lot of fun making it.
All right, and in Dogma, what do you have against Wisconsin?
Nothing. And in Dogma, there's a joke about Wisconsin being kind of hell on earth. It was just I needed the state that was right next to Illinois.
Although I got to say, I was in Milwaukee in February, and I couldn't help thinking, why did humans settle here?
Right. It was a cold and barren.
And windy.
It didn't look like that on Laverne and Shirley, right?
No.
Shamil Shamazel looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah, a nice pizza parlor. And it seemed like a lot of good times. The Big Ragu would come in and lay down a number.
Exactly.
Big Ragu. The Big Ragu was 5'5", by the way.
And Adam?
Yeah.
Can you either do some tomfoo or go out into the hall and see if you can get the security guard caught on?
No, that guy's not here tonight.
Yeah, our security guard that has narcolepsy is not here tonight. We had a security guard. The guy's a big, heavy-set guy, and he must have 3 or 4 daytime jobs because he sleeps on the sofa.
Right.
And
you feel secure, do you?
Yeah, I really do. I mean, this guy, in a way, he's just sort of like, he's like a hay bale. You dive behind him if the shooting started. It's like a sandbag.
Right.
And he snores, but it's sort of novelty snoring that only big husky guys can pull off. You know, that weird, just like
I'm
cartoon
familiar
with that snore.
You do that?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it just takes a man of a certain carriage to be able to pull off that kind of snoring.
Yeah.
And he would do that, and so I decided to get a 20-foot extension on my mic, and I dragged it over there during the show.
Well,
and
you crawled out on your belly.
I crawled over.
Okay.
It's really scary.
It's like a reconnaissance mission to get out there and catch him snoring.
Yeah, leave the mic.
You know what's weird? Why do you have such a fear of people that are sleeping? Like, I was on my belly, like
creeping up to him and whatnot.
Yeah, I was crawling on my elbows.
They're ticking bombs, man. They wake up and take out who was ever nearest.
But
to
you
them.
figure it'd take him a second or two to get oriented. I'd be gone by
You know what it
then.
is?
Who are you? You're the guy on the radio.
You're shaming someone who's defenseless.
Okay,
and you
maybe
should be
Drew's
ashamed
right.
of yourself
because he doesn't. He doesn't
armed?
process.
He was a
There's a
security
mic
guard.
there.
Yeah.
I think he was
Armed
sleeping
or no?
on his gun, so it would have taken him a while to retrieve it from the crack of his ass. But he was asleep out there, and I thought, I'm going to get the mic out there, and I'm going to put it next to him.
Right.
And I got as close as I could get to his mouth, and then I ran back in here, and we just sort of checked with it throughout the evening. We'd hear him sawing logs, and the poor guy got fired. I think did he get fired, Drew?
Then he came back though.
But he came back a year later.
Yeah.
And then he fell asleep again, so I decided to go back. And Drew was like, don't do it. You got him fired. And Drew started in with he's got kids, and I started in with how is he going to learn a lesson and all this. And we couldn't get him the second time. He kept rolling
You would
over
imagine
and stuff.
twice, once bitten, twice shy kind of thing, but no, apparently not.
No.
He's like, I got my job back. I'm finally security again.
That's what I'm saying. He had a medical problem. He had sleep apnea.
He really
made
a lot of noise. And Tom Vu is a guy who used to sell real estate over the late night infomercial guy I enjoy a lot. But you don't know Tom Vu?
Okay.
No Tom Vu. No Tom Vu. Thank you. Mary?
Hello?
You're 24. What's up?
Oh my gosh, I love you guys. You guys are so awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. Yeah. I am getting ready to marry my fiance of 6 years, and sex is great if we get off to a good start, which is rarely. So I've tried everything from lingerie, novelties, anything you could possibly.
Hold on a second. Help me understand. First of all, I'm going to sort of question everything you say because everything's great as long as we get off to a good start, which never happens. So things are not great. Okay, what does off to a good start mean?
Well, at least 5 to 10 minutes of good foreplay.
Okay, but you're doing these things to try to evoke him, to try to be more provocative, and that moves him along quicker. That's going to make him want to jump right past foreplay.
Well, and I've even tried to be more subtle, and he's bluntly told me that it's not something that, he's not into it. He would just rather cut to the chase. And obviously for me, there's chances that more than likely I won't even orgasm if we don't.
So you're talking about like making out, oral sex, and fondling and all that stuff, and he wants to get right to the intercourse.
Right. Well, and unless of course he's getting a BJ, and then otherwise.
Right.
There it is again.
Well, he's selfish, right? In other words.
Basically.
Right.
Make him work for it, man. Start wearing a burlap sack. That'll teach him.
Why are you marrying this guy?
Well, he's a wonderful person.
We can see that. He just exudes.
Very caring. Very generous.
No, he really is.
No, he's not. Don't lie.
No, he's not.
I think what it is, too, is his sex drive is like tenfold mine.
Yeah.
And so I have a hard time keeping up with him.
Well, he
and
needs
I've
to
even
take care.
asked him.
To what?
And I've told him that if I got a little more foreplay, it would be all that much better, but...
Right.
Again, you're going to be very clear with him. He may have to masturbate himself, take care of himself.
all the time.
Is he a sex addict?
No, he loves sex. I mean, I imagine every guy does. And
Yeah, but sometimes it can become a problem. It's starting to have consequences here. I mean, It's, you know,
But as a guy who loves sex, he should understand how to get sex and how to get more sex, and he should put his time in with the foreplay.
But 6
in order to
years.
get more
Yeah,
sex.
I guess maybe he assumes he put his time in.
I have no problem getting sex from him. It's just getting at least those 2-3 minutes to get me jump-started.
Yeah, Mary, you've got to be more realistic about what you're dealing with here. You've denied every time we've tried to make you look at things through the prism of reality. You've said, no, it's not so, right?
Yipes.
Yeah, it's things are great, except they're not. He's a wonderful guy, except he's not. Be more realistic about what you're dealing with here and assert yourself very, very clearly. And create consequences if he doesn't comply, if he's not willing to have reciprocity in your relationship.
Okay, but it doesn't make sense to me to be like, well, I'm not giving you sex unless you can give me foreplay. I mean, I like the sex once we get into it far
Right,
enough.
you don't like the idea of having to threaten him to not be selfish.
You don't want to use sex as a weapon, as
Right.
Pat Benatar would
That's
say.
right.
Which is an appropriate and healthy thing not to do that.
Right.
But it's also not healthy to let your needs just fall by the wayside.
Tit for tat.
And you better
No
take
pun
care of
intended.
this before you get married and have kids, and because as we know, hell is for children. Another Pat Benatar adage. All right? And actually, if you listen to the song, hell is for hell at the end,
Yeah.
which is
At the end of it,
sort of
sure.
redundant.
If you can get through it, yeah.
Oh, how dare you. That's a big karaoke number for me. I almost start crying when I talk about tell Grandpa you fell off the swing. You know that? Oh, it's a great line, Drew. It's about child abuse. Very heavy. Brings the room down, but it's a powerful message I
A
send.
great karaoke number.
Right after He's So Fine. I come right in with Hell is for Children. All right, we'll take a little break. We'll be back. It is Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Kevin Smith and Jennifer Schwalbach are both here. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is the name of the movie. They're both starring in it. Jennifer, are you starring in it?
I don't know. Am I starring in it?
I would say so. You know, I mean, it's not Jen and Silent Bob Strike Back, but she's got a pretty substantial role in it.
And
never acted before.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even like a high school play.
Oh, my
No.
God. How interesting.
She was a journalist. We met, and she interviewed me back in '98. She used to work at USA Today.
Huh.
And it was just apparently a very good interview.
Yes.
You should see the
was.
piece she wrote.
Yeah, and did you enjoy it? Was it scary?
It was awesome. I had the time of my life. I don't know. It was really,
you
really
are
fun.
aware that you have an ant problem in here.
And
yes?
he's
No.
like super,
There's
he's a
ants all
freak
over
when
the
it comes to insects. He has to catch them
I can't even
and let
listen
them
to the-
free outside. He can't squish
to
an
the
ant.
strange sex
Yeah.
stories. I'm just looking
I
at
know.
ants and
I see
watching
him
them
like
encroach.
kind of playing with them.
You can't. You have to capture them because you don't want to hurt them.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
His theory is that he can't make an ant. So therefore...
It's very close to that. My theory is just like a bug, human life. It's not human life, but it's a life, very intricate life form.
Right.
It seems ridiculous to just kill it because it's like, you're in my way.
Yeah, my thing is I'm almost the same way, but I will make the exception for vacuuming them. If I can vacuum them,
Because you
somehow
assume
I
they're
haven't
alive
killed
in the
them.
bag.
Right.
They're like,
Right.
this isn't bad. This is a nice place to be. The bag, there's dirt in it.
Well, that's like
Other ants?
It's like a cathedral for him, for that ant. I mean,
Right.
there's a lot of room in
He
that
gets
bag.
in the bag with all the other ants. They're like, he got you too, huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
Play the harmonica.
You know what's funny? It's always funny about That's right. Yeah, Roach comes in like 2 weeks later. What are you in for? I don't know. Just hanging out.
I know he wouldn't kill me, though. I wish he had sometimes.
It's weird about the human mind, which is I'll see like a spider or ant or something, and I will vacuum it up. It'll go into the bag, and then I'll have that thought. I'll go, now it's in the vacuum. I'm aware of that. Do you think it can climb up and out of the vacuum? Is it in the bag? Is it going to die in the bag? And then it's like, wait a minute, my balls itch. And then I start scratching my balls, and then I go, what was I thinking about? Who cares? And I move on.
And the spider's in the bag going, God, I hope he's got a guilt complex over this. Maybe I'll get free.
I actually bought one of those insect
trappers
sucker things.
Yes. Yeah,
you
so
use
that-
one of those?
Yeah.
It's sort of like a dust buster, but it'll suck a spider into it.
And you can see the spider inside as well.
Right. And
So
then
and you're like, well, he's safe.
right. He's in his
He didn't die.
He's in his own little capsule there. Right.
Hermetically sealed bubble, no nowhere, dying slowly.
Right.
A more painful death than his already short lifespan.
You know what I do, too, is I will give them a chance to live, but if they don't embrace it, I will kill them and then, like, mock them. Like, I do that with flies. Like, flies buzzing around, I'll open the window. The fly will smack the window next to it, bounce back, then it'll come back, and the room will be buzzing around, and I'll have the window open, and I'll start that dialogue. Go, look, I'm giving you a chance. I give it. This is it. I'm going to shut. Okay, now you've asked for it.
Right.
That's it. You die. And then I, like, smack them. Like, you see what happens?
Yeah, and I know you well enough to think you're saying, as you shut there, Darwin at work.
That's right. I gave the fly a chance.
You have to imagine that's how God, if you believe in God, feels about you, me, Drew, Jen.
Right.
Same thing. Just like I gave you a chance.
Giving us many
still
open doors.
Smoking, you're going to die now.
That's right. Daniel?
Yeah.
You're 17?
Yeah.
What's up?
My question's for Kevin. The girl from Chasing Amy that Joey Lauren Adams made out with.
Yes.
Is that Jason Lee's wife?
That is Jason Lee's wife, Carmen Llewellyn Lee.
She's in this movie, too.
She's in this movie as well. She plays a stand-in for one of the Scooby-Doo gang.
And also, I heard that you were going to do the Fletch movie?
Yes, not next, but right after. Fletch.
They're doing another Fletch movie?
Miramax optioned a series of books. When people hear Fletch, of course, they think rightfully Chevy Chase, the two movies, the one really good one, the one not so good one.
Right.
But they were the first movie was based on a book that Gregory MacDonald wrote, and he wrote a series of them, a series of books about this character Fletch. And 6th or 7th in the series was a book called Fletch 1, which took the story way back to the beginning to tell how he first got a job on the paper. So I always felt I learned to write dialogue by reading Gregory MacDonald's Fletch novels. They're very dialogue heavy, very few expository passages. Basically, it reads like a script. So when the option lapsed, I guess at Universal or something like that, I heard that it was available, and I asked Miramax to pick it up. So they said, yeah.
Who's going to be Fletch?
I think Jason Lee.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I want to. I don't want to do it if it's not Jason Lee.
And that's not your next film. That's the one after that.
That's going to be the one after that. It's a comedy, and we just made a very kind of ball. Can you say? Is it B or
Go
balls?
ahead.
Balls to the wall comedy.
Right.
I don't know on the show. Balls to the wall comedy, and I just didn't want to make another one right next to it. So the next one we're going to do is kind of a more along the lines tonally of Chasing Amy. It's a mixture of the comedic and the dramatic.
Right.
And it's about fatherhood.
What are your...
wow. Interesting.
I got a kid now, so
yeah.
talk about it.
Who did you write it?
I'm working on it right now. I'm about 40 pages in.
Oh, awesome.
This sounds like a trite question, but what are your favorite movies? What are like your top 5 or 10?
Top 5 is funny you should ask. JFK, Jaws, A Man for All Seasons, Do the Right Thing, The Last Temptation of Christ. Those are my top 5.
Yeah, that's solid. They
don't really match up with the movies I make, but those are movies I like to watch.
Drew, you got a top 5?
I've tried to come up with top 5. Love and Death is in my top 5.
Right. Yeah, Woody Allen.
Yeah.
Love that one. Yeah.
That's an obscure Woody Allen choice. Most people would kind of whip out the old favorites like Manhattan.
We're the only two guys who love Love and Death.
Really?
We found our relationship on that. We discovered that about each other. We're like, oh, okay, we'll be fine.
Yeah, that is a really funny movie. And you haven't seen anything that was made after 1968, have you?
I haven't.
Right?
No.
Never seen The Shining over here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Still to this day? I mean, now are you just not watching it because you're willfully
Because I'm proud
ignorant?
of it. Yeah,
Right.
I've not seen The Shining.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Jennifer, what do you got?
I don't really have a list. I guess
It's hard when you really try to figure it out.
I mean, we watch like how many movies
Just
a week? to
say
pick a
my
couple.
flicks and we'll be good.
Oh,
Right.
Clerks,
There you
and all
go.
that's Chasing Amy. I'm a good
please
wife,
stop,
aren't I?
Stop.
There you go. All right, let's talk to Bobby, who's 18. Bobby?
Hi, I have a question for you. My glands in my pelvic area are really swollen.
You mean like where your legs join your pelvis, join your abdomen? Okay. Mm-hmm.
And when I have sex, it hurts really bad. And I wanted to know if maybe it's an STD or something, or like
it sure could be. How long have the glands been swollen?
for like about a week.
Yeah, I'll tell you, big, bulky glands in there and pain in the lining of the vagina. Do you have any burning when you're not having intercourse?
Huh?
Do you have pain when you're not having intercourse?
Yeah.
So
a little bit.
Yeah, that herpes is the most common cause of that combination.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And definitely, if you're having that, a doctor needs to look at it because that's how the diagnosis is going to be made. If you have all those things present, they can see if you really have the lesions there.
But
And
what
other-
else could it be if it was?
Well, there are other bacterial infections in that region can also cause similar kinds of experiences.
Okay.
So but this needs to be dealt with right away, like tomorrow, first thing. Okay.
Okay.
All right there, Bobby.
Thank you.
Kevin was looking at the ant, and
I'm like STD, whatever. We've got 3 ants on the console. Somebody do something.
my other
before my glands swells.
my other excuse for killing an insect, an ant, will be I will label it a scout.
Yes.
That's my big
And,
move.
yeah, and you just cut him off at the pass before the rest come.
Right, I can't let him back to the truth.
right.
Squish them, and I don't know.
Can't do it. Try to make peace with it. Don't just try to gentrify the neighborhood. Get the ants away.
If I knew he wasn't going to talk, I'd let him go. But I can have no guarantee of that.
Here's again an interesting twist in the human mind. So you can't squish an ant, but can you have the orkin guy come in and spray 4 billion of them?
No.
No, you can't.
All right.
Yeah, I can't. Even if it's I can't mandate genocide either.
No.
It still feels like killing them.
I do. I throw them out. But I realize they'll soon be back in, and that's why I want to get.
They don't learn very well.
Yeah, I want to see.
Their survival instinct is far more powerful.
I would like to tag them somehow, so I know
Keep track of
See if
them.
I was like recapturing them.
Right.
Like,
a little white out on their tail, and you might know. It's like, there he is again. It's
a good
Bob.
plan. Yeah. David?
Yeah.
You're 19?
Yeah.
What's up?
Whenever I masturbate, I picture it 8 to 11-year-old girls.
All right.
Right.
Were you sexually abused when you were that age?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go.
By a guy, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
it's still they get sort of fixed in that state of development.
Right.
And David, this is how child abusers are born. 60% of people who are sexually abused will then themselves abuse in some fashion.
But
And
is there like anything I can do to stop picturing them?
yeah, get some treatment for dealing with the trauma of having had that sexual abuse, and maybe you'll grow past that.
Well, don't close your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or you could do what Adam says.
Yeah,
But I do think that before you do something that harms another person, you got to get some treatment for this.
All right.
Hey, David?
Yeah.
You're not planning on acting on this, are you?
No, I mean, like, whenever I see, like, little girls walking down the street, I'll, like, stop and give them a hug and everything.
Oh,
But
you shouldn't be touching anybody.
it's
Girls you don't know?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a little out of bounds, don't you
I
think?
mean, I like go up to them and say, "Gee, can I have a hug?" And they'll go, "Oh, sure."
Yeah, if you get yourself in some sort of bad state emotionally, that may become you going up and exposing yourself, or God knows doing what to them. And so you must stop. You must stop. Someone's going to look on that as an assault, and you're going to be in trouble. So just get some supervision.
David, look at it this way, too. And not only for them and, future potential victims, but for you. I mean, you don't want to hurt anybody, and you don't want to spend any time in prison, right?
Yeah.
All right, so you got to take care of this.
All right.
I have an interesting plan. If he watched, let's say, geriatric porn for a while, and then slid down into the normal porn
Would that
age
equilibrate?
range, yeah, would it seem as if he was looking at kids after watching women in their 70s?
You got to
and 80s?
masturbate on a curve, so to speak.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I hear you.
It's all relative. All right. Get some help, please. Scott?
Fast.
Scott? Oh, Scott's asleep.
Oh, that was fast.
He can't be asleep. He's been on hold
It's
for
the
4
security
minutes.
guard. It's the security
Wait,
guard.
listen, Scott.
Yo.
Yo.
I'm not asleep.
All right, Scott. What's up? 27.
Hey, I wanted to ask Kevin about the people from the other movies that are going to be in Strike Back.
Yes.
Like, who's going to be in it? Like, Dante, Randall.
Yes, Brian O'Halloran and Jeff Anderson, the 2 guys from Clerks. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Chris Rock,
George Carlin.
Jason Lee, George Carlin, Joey Adams.
Playing old characters?
Renee Humphreys. Some. I mean, George Carlin's not playing Cardinal Glick this time out, and
Be kind of hard.
yeah, it'd be kind of hard. And Rock's not playing Rufus, and Ben is playing Holden, but he also plays himself in the movie.
Yeah.
And Maddie's not playing Loki. He plays.
What about
himself.
Marilyn Galati?
Marilyn not in the picture.
No?
Couldn't work her in. No.
Hooper.
What's she
Dwight
doing?
Yule, who played Hooper, he's back.
I heard Marilyn's doing a column, like a Loveline column type thing.
Is she?
Online.
Excellent for her.
At Carolla Productions, yeah.
Yes, it's a very cool lady.
What'd she do? Cross you?
Not at all.
No?
She was in Clerks. But there was just nowhere to work her character.
Well, you can't
in.
put everybody in, right?
You know, you'd like to. But look what happened.
Couldn't be 38.
Sure. You end up on the cutting room floor. Actually, it goes into the garbage, though. It doesn't go onto the floor, does it?
No, it goes in. I mean, it's all digital, right? You edit on an Avid, so it's saved on a hard drive somewhere.
Beautiful.
Yeah. You exist. You're still there.
Scott?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hey, okay.
Take care of yourself.
Sure, I'll try.
Jason Lee, too. Jason Lee is back as well.
Scott, are you okay? How's life going?
Oh, man, you know, it's rough.
Yeah.
Wow, what's the matter?
Great.
Yeah, what's the deal?
I got a girlfriend that I just turned by, you know.
She turned by?
She turned by, you know, with my blessing.
Right.
But now she's, you know, a little too into the ladies, maybe.
Right.
You know?
You're making this up.
No, I swear to God, no.
Really?
I got vagina envy.
Why did you bless that behavior?
They wanted to watch.
You know, I'm a guy.
Right.
Yeah, how about
to get in on it, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know,
there you go. Well, there you go.
All right.
Well, you know, what can I do?
You learn a little lesson. Don't do that next time.
Love is a battlefield.
Next time?
And yet again, back to Pat Benatar.
Don't. If you want to have a monogamous relationship with someone, that's what you got to have, or there is heartache. It doesn't work bringing other people in.
You just brought the show down with that. It's very true sentiment, but it really brought the show down.
Well, not only that, but what Benatar song is it is heartache? I don't know that one.
I said that?
Yeah, you said something about heartache. I don't know that.
Sorry.
Must be like a
We're working all Benatar this evening.
Hell is for hell.
Tim?
Yeah.
You're 32.
Yeah, Dr. Drew, I'm going through a separation right now, and, you know, I'm trying to stay positive and stuff, you know. She doesn't say she wants a divorce. She just wants space and stuff, you know, and...
This is your wife?
My wife, yeah.
How long have you been married?
About a year now. We're coming up on our anniversary here soon.
That's pretty... How old is she?
She's 26.
And you're 32?
Yeah, I'm 32.
What went wrong in this relationship after a year?
Well, I'm not so sure if anything went wrong. I'm almost beginning to believe that this is like a healthy progression of the relationship.
Asking for a divorce, not usually a great sign.
That's not where you want to go with a relationship.
Not asking for a divorce.
Yeah, separation.
We're coming with, you know, a lot of dysfunction. You know.
Yeah, I'm picking up on that.
Huh?
Yeah, okay.
Right.
I'm an addict. I have 4 years clean, you know.
Yeah, from what drug?
The only drugs I do are coffee and cigarettes.
No. What was your drug of choice?
Oh,
heroin.
Anything.
Heroin?
Yeah, I've done heroin.
Okay. And when is your wife an addict?
Yeah, my wife's an addict, and she's been. When I met her, she was using.
Okay.
Right? And so, you know, she was like I mean, I was a crazy person.
Hold on. Hold on. Did you meet her at a meeting?
No, I met her out at school.
Okay. And how long has she been sober?
She's been clean a year now.
All right. And in the course of her sobriety, now she's decided this relationship is not for her.
I think she's taken the separation to decide if it is.
All right. You know what? Okay, listen. What you said about the relationship, this may being a healthy part of the relationship, may be true. This could be right, because the difficult part about that first year of sobriety is whoever you were involved with when you enter sobriety keeps you fixed as the person who started in sobriety. It doesn't let you grow in whatever direction you need to grow to develop in sobriety.
I understand.
Yeah, and so this might be a good thing. You're right. She may decide, geez, this is the relationship I want, and come back, but it's very risky. I agree.
Well, okay. This is her idea, right?
Yeah.
Well, like for Kevin and Jennifer, when you guys you do shoots and stuff, and you're out, or you're taking those natural separations, but we don't have that ability because of our finances and stuff. So when you take a separation, you go off on a shoot or something, and then you come back, does it feel like it strengthens the relationship?
We're never apart.
Yeah, we're never really apart. I mean, we've only been married 2 years and change, and we worked on the last movie together all the time. But I'm not one of those people that feels like absence makes the heart.
I
grow
agree with you.
fonder.
I think small separations can be good for each of the individuals. For them to focus on themselves, but it doesn't do much for the relationship itself. The relationship needs lots of time and lots of connection. But Tim, this is a different situation. She is in the process of recovering from an illness, and if her sponsor agrees with this.
I don't get into her program.
But I imagine
I got into her program when we were first getting clean, But
we were first getting clean. I thought you were sober 4 years.
When she was first getting clean, yeah, I'm clean.
Okay, Tim, this is her idea, right?
What? Getting clean?
No.
It's funny. This is like the third time I'm asking this.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
She wanted the separation, right?
Yeah, she wanted the separation.
Right. Okay. So that's,
and and Adam, I think you're much better than Ricky Rackman.
Thanks,
Tim. But
it's all going to work out.
This has to happen. So just sit tight, and you got to work on get your connection strengthened with other people. Get you going with a sponsor again. Go to your more meetings.
And Tim.
Well, I've been doing that.
Go to some Al-Anon.
Tim.
I'm really not dysfunctional.
Oh yeah.
I know. You sound a little freaked out. To tell you the truth. And it sounds like you're in a certain amount of denial here.
Denial about what?
About the separation. About the potential.
I'm trying to keep an optimistic point of view, but...
that's fine, but not a BS point of view.
Right.
Right. Okay.
All
right. Take care of yourself, all right?
Okay.
Don't get back on anything, right?
I'm not gonna.
All right.
Yeah.
Good times.
Sober living.
All right there, Tim. All right.
For a minute, I thought he was going to... He was like, I'd like to ask Kevin and Jennifer when they kick smack. I mean, I didn't know how I was going to work into that equation.
Well, I guess he just... him and his wife just shoot locally or something. They don't ever...
Now, this is a very complicated situation.
It is, and Tim's got some energy behind it.
When the party's over, kind of a days of wine and roses affair.
But when you're getting clean, aren't you supposed to wait a certain amount of time
before you make a major
before
decision?
You
1 year. It's been 1 year for her.
Become involved in a relationship, or
but they were already involved.
It doesn't apply to their situation, but in general, you're supposed to wait like a year before you become intimately involved.
Absolutely,
with someone else.
And I can't tell you how many recoveries I've seen destroyed by new relationships. That's the most frequent reason people go down.
Why is that?
It basically pulls. Well, relationships bring out the sickest part of who we are as humans. It really, it does. It just does.
Yeah.
And I got to go home with this lady tonight, man.
Especially if you have a delicate,
say something hopeful,
a delicate growth process underway, and you escape out of that into an old pattern of relationship. It pulls you back to the person the template you were before you started recovery. What they would tell somebody like this is, don't make any decisions for a year.
Right.
Just focus on your recovery. Well, it's been a year now. She's making some decisions. So,
All right.
But also too, I mean, you get involved in a relationship winds up busting up. Suddenly you're dealing with emotional heartbreak, and you race back to whatever.
Oh, absolutely. That's part of the reason people relapse.
Big bad reason.
Yeah.
Crystal?
I have a problem, and I want to say something to Kevin Smith.
All right. You're 15. Go ahead.
Okay, Kevin, at the end of Dogma, it said that you'll be back with Clerks 2.
Yes.
Are you still going to...
Is that your problem?
Well, no. I wanted to ask you that, because I'm like a really big fan.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, we were initially going to make Clerks 2. We wanted to make a movie that kind of closed out the movies we'd done so far, which we called first it was the Jersey Trilogy, and then it became the Jersey Chronicles, because we made more than 3. And we wanted to end it, and so we were going to bookend the series of flicks. We started with Clerks, and we were going to end with Clerks. But it just felt like Clerks was its own kind of unique little black and white, messed up little thing. And just didn't want to futz with that, go back and do a color version or just retell that story, more or less. Because what are you going to do? The guys are still working at the store.
Right.
No new info. So that's when I kind of shifted the thought pattern and moved toward making Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back instead. Decided, like, here's a guy who's been in movies, all the movies we've done. Let's just put them front and center.
Okay. Also, I had sex with my best friend.
Right.
And he hasn't called me, and it's like not normal for him not to call me, because it's like
all right,
we'd always be together, but now it's just like it's weird with him.
All right. You like him though, right?
Yeah.
You've always liked him?
No.
Really?
I haven't had like feelings for him until we had sex.
Right.
Really? So you were just best friends? You didn't have feelings for him?
No, but we'd like flirt and stuff, and then it just kind of just went off.
He had feelings for her, though, I suspect. At least he wanted to have sex with her.
He would have called by now, though.
It didn't turn out the way he wanted it.
How long have you been best friends with him?
For like a year.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just moved here, and then he was like my friend, and then we became best friends.
All right. You want us to talk to him?
Huh?
You want us to talk to him?
No.
No? Why not? We'll get to the bottom of this.
Because I just think I think I might have like ruined the relationship between us.
By sleeping with him?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It doesn't make much sense to us. We would really need to talk to him to know what's going on with him.
Who initiated it? Did you make the moves, or did he make the moves, or?
We kind of both just...
All right. Well, do you want to be boyfriend with him? Boyfriend, girlfriend?
No, I just want us to be, like, friends again.
Why not, though? I mean, if you're physically attracted to him and he's your best friend...
Well, I don't know. I'd like us to be friends, you know, just, like, call me at least, you know.
Did it go well, or did something happen that...
Did it go well?
Yeah, yeah.
Why don't you call him?
Because it'd feel weird.
Maybe that's why he's not calling you.
Just call him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just call him.
And just confront the situation.
Perfect idea. To, call him, take him on a movie date, see Jay and Silent Bob.
Hey, Ann,
Right.
get her phone number. Let's find out what happened with this. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, hold
Are
on.
you sure you don't like the guy? I mean, as a boyfriend.
She does.
As a boyfriend.
Well, kind of.
Yeah, you do. Of course you do. But she
Well, why
didn't.
can't you admit that, though? I mean, why are you having so much trouble with that?
I don't know.
Because you don't want to be disappointed?
Swallow a little bit of that 15-year-old pride. Give the guy a shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably going through the same thing.
And
He loves you.
It may not be. That may be why she's having such a tough time
Really?
dealing with it. Yeah, that's what people do when they don't want to really admit to themselves or the other person how they're really feeling because they don't want the other person not to reciprocate, or they have a sense they won't be reciprocated.
But isn't it better to just call and confront
Yes.
the situation
Oh,
and be
absolutely.
honest? And
Yes,
if he's
yes.
not into her, then she knows and can move on.
Yes.
And not sit home and wonder.
Just
Yeah,
make
I mean,
sure
logically.
you both go see Jay and Silent Bob.
Right. That'll be out the 28th.
Kevin really has changed. 4 years.
You
boy.
know, I feel that could help.
Little success.
It's a relationship picture.
laugh.
It's about two guys. I'm just here to pimp my picture and help people out.
And it's not Reds. It's not a long movie. It's about 2.5 minutes shorter than I'd initially planned, actually. We'll take ourselves a little break. We'll be right back.
Fell asleep.
Hey, it's Loveline, everybody. Kevin and Jennifer are both here from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which is out a week from this Friday. That is August 24th, everybody. Tons of celebrities, good reviews, and good, funny, lighthearted movie.
Lots to talk about sex.
And you should definitely
Not clinical,
see it.
but still sex
Right.
talk.
Kaz?
Hey, you're 19. What's up?
Hey, I wanted to say to Kevin Smith, you are to me what Richard Linklater was to you 10 years ago.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Yeah, and so I wanted to ask you, is it worth it to become a filmmaker?
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Judging by the looks of the lady sitting in my right, yes.
Really?
Oh, God, yeah. And I would have never met her had I not become a filmmaker. Because they don't send journalists from USA Today to interview guys working at the Quick Stop in New Jersey.
Right.
I did that for a few years, waited for that interview, never happened.
They never-
Had to become
never
a filmmaker. Never, just waited for them to come through the
Not
door.
a full page, but certainly a piece was done.
Not even in the column, not
Really?
even up and coming. No, we sold USA Today, quite a few copies, but nobody ever came to interview me. Yeah, I'd say it's absolutely worth it. It's a communications medium, so it's you. If you're lucky, it's you throwing your message out into the void and seeing who responds to it, and building an audience off of that. And that's there's nothing better than kind of being able to tell stories for a living, make pretend for a living. There's a part of you that doesn't have to grow up.
Oh, and I also wanted to ask you, because I got to know, what do you think of the new Star Wars title?
It doesn't bother me that much. A lot of people on the internet seem really bugged by it.
What is
but
it?
It's called Episode 2, The Attack of the Clones. Or I threw in it's just Attack of the Clones.
Weren't there petitions online to...
Yeah, people are trying to change it
People
already. But
signing
people
up
said the
to
same
send them-
thing about Phantom Menace as well when that title came out. But at the end of the day, nobody refers to that movie as Phantom Menace. They just call it Episode 1. Same thing here. They won't call it Attack of the Clones. They'll just call it Episode 2.
Are you a big Star Trek fan?
Star Wars.
Star Wars, sorry.
Yeah. I guess I've been tagged as that. We reference those movies a lot.
Right.
The movies we've done.
We have Mark Hamill and Carrie Fisher
Yeah,
in the
Mark
movie.
Hamill and
do.
Carrie
Yeah.
Fisher in this movie. Yeah.
And were you disappointed in the Phantom Menace?
No, I liked it. I was one of those cats that really dug it. I didn't go in with high expectations,
Right.
Because I'm not, I'm no longer 9-10 years old. I mean, by the time the movie came out, I was like 28, 29, and I just assumed that it wouldn't affect me the way it did when I was a kid. I think a lot of people went to see that movie thinking, I'm going to be blown away just like when I was a kid, and it'll be my brand new mythology. And those movies are kind of aimed squarely at kids.
When's the next one come out?
Next summer.
Oh, really?
It's May of next year, 2002.
Oh,
I'm pimping that guy's movie. I should be pimping my own, but yeah.
August 24th, by
There
the
you go.
way. That's when Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back come out. Hey, Patty?
Just muttered a plug. Our
kids know.
Hello.
You're 19?
Yes.
What's up?
I'm having a problem with my partner.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we have sex, I end up spotting and bleeding really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And
Are you on the pill?
No, I'm not on nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So have you had a
double
pelvic?
negative.
You had a pelvic exam recently?
No.
Okay, why don't you get checked out?
I went to the doctor, but he told me everything was fine.
So you had a pelvic exam.
Yeah, well, I had a pap smear done and everything. It came out okay.
Okay, let me reiterate. A pelvic exam is what the doctor does to get the pap smear.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you just had one of those?
Yeah,
How long ago?
about a month ago.
Okay, some people bleed every time they have sex. Some women.
Yeah, because he's...
I don't, but I have a picture of Christ in a little bloody teardrop.
He cries. He's not
Comes from his
bleeding.
eye.
But Patty,
It's distracting. It's at the point where I turn it over.
Again, Patty, some women bleed every time they have sex.
Well, because I probably figured maybe it's because he's big, but...
Patty?
Well, that could help, right?
No.
No, not a factor?
No, not a factor.
Oh, okay. I have another question. Sometimes when we do have sex, I never get to my point, and the next day I wake up really swollen and in pain.
Huh.
Right, but that's not because you didn't have an orgasm.
But could it be because of it's too rough, or...
Yeah, too long, too rough.
Oh,
That's what that's from. It's not like you wake up with blue balls.
oh.
God, again, you could say that on the show?
I guess. We're not quite sure.
The
quite frankly.
seven words you can't see.
Right.
S,
I'm
P,
keeping a running
C,
count.
F.
Hey, Patty?
Yes.
This guy sounds like he's being a little bit rough.
Yeah, he is, but
Right?
in a way I like it, but there's times where it's too painful.
All right. Well, why don't you tell him to slow down a little bit?
Okay.
Can you do that?
Yeah, but I feel maybe he'll probably just say, like, okay, fine then. Because he's a real sensitive person, and I don't know.
Patty, you're afraid, how sensitive and great a guy can this be, that you're afraid that if you tell him he's hurting you, he's going to, like, leave?
Oh.
Give me a break. Why do women think like
Did you say that? Was that what you said, Patty?
In a way, maybe he'll probably just tell me, okay, then fine, we won't do anything no more.
Oh, cut you off?
Yeah, just stop talking to me.
Yeah. How old is he?
He's 20.
Yeah, he's not going to cut you off. Oh, criticize my lovemaking, eh? Let's see how you like it when I don't give it to you anymore, honey. Yeah, women really respond to that. No guy's ever done that. He's not going to cut you off sexually. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Tell him what you want.
Is that women thinking like that men are like women? That if somebody insulted them, they go, forget it then.
After this evening, I'm convinced there are very few sexual problems in the world. There are just a lot of communication problems.
That's what
people
it
just
is.
don't talk to each other. And if people learn that just by communication, you get your point across, you'd be a happier person, then like Pat Benatar once sang, we would be invincible.
He's been looking for a way to work that in.
I got to get on
Next.
the internet. Yeah, I got to find something here. Yeah, that's right. I could just see now. Critique my lovemaking, will you? Well, perhaps a couple of weeks without my penis in you will teach you a good lesson. And no BJs in the interim either.
Right.
Thank you.
That'll learn you.
That's right. Keep going, because I'm going to cut the handies off in a second. Han?
Yes.
You're 22?
Yes.
Where are you from?
I'm from Sacramento.
All right. What kind of name is that, Han?
My mom was really into Star Wars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were named at your
Hans?
Are you a girl or boy?
I'm a girl. I'm a woman.
You sound like a girl, but Han was a boy in the movie, if
Yeah,
I
I
remember
know.
correctly.
Okay.
There we go.
Thank God she wasn't a fan of Chewie, huh?
Yeah, really.
So what's the question?
Well, my boyfriend of 4 years confessed to me that he had a wet dream about my mother.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that like
Big
really
Star Wars fan.
Was it a confession, or was it just like, oh my God, you never believe how he was really
Well,
freaked out by it?
We one night we woke up in the morning and he shot me, and I woke up and I was all wet, and I was like, oh.
You what?
I was wet. He shot me. He ejaculated on me.
Sure.
Because
I'll oftentimes nudge my girlfriend to wake her up, but if she doesn't go, then she gets the shot. That's right.
Sorry, honey, you didn't wake up.
That's right.
You mean
What's
he
it
had
supposed to do?
Oh,
he had
Shot you in the back, no less.
he had
The
a
worst
wet
kind
dream?
of-
Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I woke up and I asked him because I thought it was about me. And, when he dreams about me like that, I like to hear about it.
Sure.
Well, but then he was like, are you sure you want to know? And see, that should have been clue number one, that I didn't ask him to go any further, but it wasn't.
Oh, yeah.
So I did.
In what universe does that stop someone?
Right. Right. So you dreamt about your mom?
Yeah, and he said that I was there, like, egging him on.
In the dream?
Yes, in his dream.
Right.
And that was really bizarre to me, and it just makes me feel all weird and ugh.
Is your mom young or old?
She looks really great. She's 54, but she looks really good.
Yeah, but wet dreams can be very random. I mean, it could be Jabba the Hutt. You know,
Yeah.
it could be...
Keeping in theme.
Yes,
With your name.
Her brother's name, by the way. and he was a very honest guy. This guy. My God.
I just would have been like, oh, it's all you. It's all you. And we were somewhere wild and kinky.
It almost makes me wonder if he had a plan afoot here that he specifically...
He's like, how do I get out of this? All right, I'll tell her there's her mother at the heart of my
that'll
wet
put her
dream.
off, yeah.
You think he's trying to send
I
some
don't
sort
know.
of message or get some distance?
It's almost too diabolical.
Did you freak out at all?
I did.
You did?
I did.
And what happened?
I just kind of looked at him and then just, ew, I don't ever want to think about that again.
Right.
Ew.
And you went to the next room dragging the comforter from your back, right? No.
No, actually, I did get up out of the wet spot, though, but I left him in the blanket.
Okay. All right. And everything okay other than this?
Well, yeah.
Are you holding it against him?
No, I'm not. It still makes me feel weird, though. I mean, you're...
Did you ask him to explain it at all? I mean, did he give you an answer?
Or did you just run out screaming?
No, I didn't ask him to explain it. I pretty much ran out screaming.
Has he been especially chatty with your mother since then?
You know what? He and my mother are really close. They're very close. They are closer
Particularly
than
in
I am
dreams.
with either one of them.
Really?
Really?
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
but my
weird.
mom is all weird about sex. She's like,
Hopefully,
My mom
particularly
is
with your boyfriend.
yeah, I hope so.
Your mom
I
what?
certainly hope so.
Your mom what?
My mom is just, she's really like anti-sex. It's dirty. It's bad. It's
Right.
you know.
Good.
Well, it is.
Right.
That's what my mom told me.
Meanwhile, she's being raped by your boyfriend. She doesn't even know.
Oh, that's horrid.
Well, it's true.
That is so horrid.
All right. All right. Hey, why don't you boff her dad next time you go to bed? I mean, in your dreams.
His dad.
Yeah, his dad. Sorry, not your dad.
Even the score.
To pay him back. Can you do that?
No, because then that would just do. No.
Okay.
No, I don't want to do that.
All right. All right. Is this guy all right? Other than this?
We have some communication issues, but we're working on it. I think mostly we're both young.
Yeah. He seems, like I
And
said, this is a
impatient.
very honest, forthright guy. I mean, he's telling you what he did to your mom, for Christ's sake. How long is it, Drew, before a guy should really learn to lie in a relationship? You know what I mean?
Well, studies suggest generally about 38 minutes in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And not lying like...
Where is this data from this study? Are the same people that tested the condoms?
That's right. You should not be lying in relationships.
But I don't mean real lies.
You mean preserving people's feelings.
I mean the kind of lie, like, you know, you go to the DMV and they go, this car hasn't been registered in 6 months. Have you been driving it? And you go, would that be good? Should I have been driving
That's
it?
that's not a lie. It's like you testing the waters.
Yeah, it's like you feel it out. Whatever's going to be the easiest and the cheapest, let's go.
Right. What should I say?
Yeah, what's the best? I
Right.
could have. I don't know.
Right. I don't know if that would have applied to this situation. She's like, the wet dream, who was in it? You know, you don't go like, would it be bad if it was your mom? That kind of thing.
Right, yeah, you probably don't get those options.
I can't believe the dude just flat out said it was your mother.
I don't, really?
I mean,
I don't think that I would be like, ew, but I
don't know if I would want to comp to that because, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect
know what I mean?
hostility,
I would
but
be.
at the same time, it's like, did she really need to know that? You know, preserving her feelings, as Dr. Drew just said. It's not really a lie. He could have just been like, I don't know, I don't remember.
It's a deletion of truth.
So you're discouraging.
They're going to fight.
Am I discouraging? No, not at all.
Okay, so I'm going to turn the hose on you in a minute. We'll take a little break. We'll be right back. Hey, it's Loveline, everybody. I'm Adam. That's Drew. Phone number? Oh, forget about that. Kevin Smith and Jennifer Schwalbach are both here. They're a married couple. Kevin wrote, directed, and stars in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. And that will be out August the 24th. Kevin and Jennifer back in the studio, and
We were
let's
just smoking.
hop back on the phones and speak to Jeff, who's 20.
Yeah.
At 2. What's up, Jeff?
Nothing much. You see, you're right about those PSAs. Those things are retarded.
Great.
Yeah, I got a question for Kevin. I'm a writer, well, attempting to be. A question about how would be the best way to get, my foot in the door, get my scripts out there and looked at. If you gave me any advice, it'd be great.
Well, I could give you the advice, the path I took, because I don't know any other way. Wrote a script and made the movie of said script, and that was Clerks. Shot it for like $28,000, $27,575. And that kind of got me noticed, because I don't know any other way in.
Where'd you get the money for that?
Credit cards.
I'm sorry, what?
I had about 10 credit cards. Dr. Drew asked me where I got the money.
No.
But yeah, that's the way I know. Some people write scripts and send them to agents, hoping that agents will read them and kind of take them on as clients. That, based on any conversation I've ever had with an agent, that doesn't really happen very well.
How did you go about financing the first one? Because I've been thinking about that too, doing a couple of shorts to kind of get my name out there.
My feeling about shorts, and this is just my personal theory, shorts don't really let anyone know whether you can tell a full story or not. Making a short says, hey, I can make a very short subject. Carrying a feature is a whole different thing. If you're going to do it, go the distance, 90 minutes. I mean, you can do it on DV now. You can rent any number of. There's high definition video you can work on, but you don't have to spend a lot of money anymore to make a movie. You can do it rather cheaply.
Hey, Jeff?
Yeah.
And you're asking, he already answered how he financed.
Right.
Right. Sold coke?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of drugs.
Okay.
All right.
All right, thanks a lot.
Take care of yourself.
You too.
Yeah, a lot of agents don't even read the scripts, right?
No.
I mean, they don't even want to open them up because there's like liability.
There is, like
that.
people send scripts to our office too, and we just don't open them. We send them back, because if you receive their script and one day something shows up even remotely close in something you do to something that somebody else wrote and one day sent you, that's instant lawsuit.
It happened to me with Coming to America.
You were that guy? Behind that whole debacle?
I wrote it, and then I
remember that story.
I sent it over to...
I thought it was Art Buchwald.
I sent it to Art Buchwald, and then he sent it to Eddie Murphy, and that's what, we got screwed. It never showed a profit. Mike?
Okay, what was your question now?
Mike? Mike, you there? You 19?
What was that?
He was listening to another show.
He's doing his own radio show.
But you want to do another show.
He's there, isn't he, Mike?
I was wondering, should I just leave her or stay with her?
Mike?
Hello?
Yes. You have a question?
Yeah, I was wondering, well, I got a girlfriend, but she's a friend. I was wondering, because she acts weird. I tried doing shit.
Okay, leave her. There we go. Once in a while you play a
See, that should be the whole show. The whole show should be a one-word answer to their question.
Right, here we go. Let's try it again. Hey, Joe?
Yeah?
Keep her. Marry this one. All right? All right. All right. Where the hell is Joe? Joe?
Hello?
Yeah, what's your question?
Yeah, I want to know what's up with community colleges, because I'm going to be a senior, and I'm freaking out about graduation, where I'm going to be going to college and stuff.
Right.
My ACT score was a 14, and I did really horrible on pre-ACT. And I also want to say, Kevin Smith,
yes,
I love your movies.
Thank
You're
you.
my favorite writer-director.
Thank you.
And I love Mallrats.
Thanks.
I really think that you guys should have put that out as a sequel.
Do a sequel to Mallrats?
Yeah, I know.
We did. It's called Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
August
opening
24th.
24th. Yes.
Theater near you.
And I can't wait to see that movie.
Thank you.
Joe, you said ECT scores?
ACT.
What is that? Is that like
I have no idea what it
SAT?
stands for.
All right, is a 14 good or bad out of a possible, 1,600?
No, if it was 1,600, it'd be really bad, but it's out of like a 40 or something.
All right, that's still bad.
Yes.
Okay, so you're not going to go off to a major college.
No, actually, I'm thinking about just going to a party school because I want to be an entertainer.
All right, what do you want to do?
I really love performing and just making people laugh, and I can act, I can write musically, and I'm like in the midst of writing a script.
Okay, so don't waste your time. Make a movie, or get booked on a cruise ship or something. They book writers on cruise ships. I haven't been on one in a while.
Yeah, there's a
They do?
buffet, and some guy sits on stage and composes a sonnet, writes a few pages of a script.
All right, Joe.
Okay, thank you.
Don't look. Don't waste time in school. All right.
Okay.
All right.
It's that or shuffleboard.
Mike.
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, I got a question for Kevin.
Here he is.
Awesome. All right, Kevin.
Yes.
All right, here's like the thing.
Yes.
Like, I want to be a filmmaker.
Yes.
And it's like, I feel like, okay, like I'm 17.
Uh-huh.
I feel like, all right, I'm almost going to be like an adult, and I should like already know how to do something.
Oh,
But I
heavens
don't know how
no.
to do a damn thing.
No, not at all. I didn't learn. I'm 31. I made 5 movies. Still don't know a damn thing about the process. There's plenty of time. Do it while you're young, especially.
Where do you learn it? Where do you learn it?
Where do you learn doing
Just
this?
wing
Some people go to school to do it. Go to like a USC or an NYU or a smaller school that has a film program. And I always found it best to kind of learn as you do. I went to 4 months at a school called the Vancouver Film School in British Columbia and didn't learn anything except that I didn't want to be in film school. And where I learned and where you continue to learn is just by practice. Get your hands on a camera if you can, or make friends with somebody who is going to a film school and they have access to cameras.
Like, do you know any good schools in like Michigan? Because it's like I like need to pick a school. Like I gotta go to college and stuff pretty soon.
Where in Michigan? Are you near Ann Arbor? Because I know there's lots of great schools there.
Yeah, I'm sort of near Ann Arbor.
Go there.
I'm really near Detroit, but yeah, I could do that.
Wouldn't you agree? Just get the best, broadest education you can. Because your experience of life and your understanding of life is going to be more impactful on what you create anyway, right?
Yeah, to some degree. It depends. I mean, my feeling on filmmaking or in terms of like being a writer-director is nobody can really teach you to write in school. You either can or you can't. It's just something you're kind of born with. And directing, you can go to school and kind of learn how to, shoot different angles or any number of technical aspects to filmmaking, but when directing for me comes down to communication. Like, and communicate a thought to your cast or your crew, and so that they can help you bring it to life. And that's something either you do well or you don't do at all. Or they can't teach you that in school either. So
I had a wonderful experience on the set with Kevin. The you know what you guys did to me,
which was
I was doing a thing where I was talking on the phone to an imaginary person.
Yeah.
And here's I know we're running late on time, but this happens to me over and over again, which is the person I'm supposed to be speaking to.
Who was Will Ferrell?
Yeah. Who was obviously a male.
Yes, and
so
you were
what
talking
they did
to.
is they gave a female the script and had her read the male lines.
That was Hillary. She's the script supervisor.
And Hillary, although Hillary had the script on her lap, was having some difficulty getting through the script.
Right.
She flubbed more of her lines than I was flubbing of my lines. I was trying to memorize the lines.
And eventually you got very diva-like. You were like, can I have a male read that part, please?
It's disconcerting when you're going, dude, I'm going to kick your ass, and there's some woman in her 40s sitting on an apple crate 5 feet away.
People were calling you Val Kilmer after that.
Yeah,
I know.
That's again that method act.
Stanislavski, you're not.
Craft you applied. It was beautiful.
I just want the right gender.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take a
Hear
break.
a man in your head.
Well, that about does it. I want to thank Jennifer and Kevin for coming in here tonight. And again, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, which is out August 24th.
And we discovered that Adam was cut out of the film, and he was cut out because he tested poorly.
Test audience was like him. I can see him on TV.
Yeah.
Listen to him on the radio. Give me somebody I can't see. Or
Yeah. We don't buy him wearing long sleeves.
But on DVD, you'll be the Mac, the hero.
I will be first in line.
Yeah,
that DVD.
They'll send you a free one, I think.
Oh, really?
I think.
Oh,
I'll make
that'll
sure.
be-
I mean, after the horror of getting cut, I'll make sure you get put on the short list.
That'll be great.
Send this guy a DVD because I know he's really troubled.
Well, like I said, I usually don't make a big deal out of it, but after all the response I got on wearing that jacket, I was really
You're like, I
around,
did something pretty good.
walking around like a peacock with that thing on, and then the grip broke the news to me. All right, that is it. Thanks for listening, everybody. Until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Wilkins Ingle. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.